Hello art beaters, Becky here for artbeads.com, and I've got a brand new video for you today. Today I'm going to show you how to make our snowdrop bracelet tutorial. This is a beautiful bracelet made with check glass SO mini beads, but I'm going to show you how to make it with SuperDuo beads too. And don't be afraid to switch up those colors for any look or feel that you want to add to your style. It's a great one to put your own spin on with some fun SuperDuo bead colors. So let's get into it. I'm making today this lovely snowdrop bracelet. I love this bracelet. It's a beautiful design in wonderful holiday colors, but you can make it in all kinds of different colorways. It would be really wonderful in spring and summer colors. I've got SuperDuos. I'm recreating this piece with SuperDuos today because these are SO mini beads, and you can certainly do them with that type of bead, but I thought the SuperDuo bead shape is very similar to the SO mini beads, so I thought I'd recreate it with SuperDuos. And I did do some stitching last night to kind of practice and get it going. I am using SuperDuo beads and some fun poinsettia colors. I've always wanted to kind of do a poinsettia variation of this bracelet. It kind of already has like the poinsettia feel going on, so I thought I would make that even more apparent. We've got red, green, and gold SuperDuos. So you'll need SuperDuos or SO mini beads in 3 different colors, and I've got 11-aught round seed beads here too. And that's really all you need to get started with this tutorial, besides a clasp, of course. But before we dive into all of that fun, I did want to say that I finished those daisy earrings that I started in last week's live video. Last week we were showing off those Matubo 10-aught seed beads, and I did a little brick stitching with them, and I finished what I wanted to do with that. I made a few different little brick stitch daisy hexagons, and then I stitched them together in these cute earrings. So really fun little stitching project to brush up on your basic brick stitch. This is pretty quick for a stitching project, and I stitched them to closed jump rings and then attached them to some ear wires. So that's a super easy project, and it is in our design studio now with free instructions and a supplies list, so you can make these earrings for yourself. And I really enjoyed stitching with those new Matubo 10-aught check glass seed beads. They were a lot of fun to work with and a really good size for a little small stitching piece like these little daisies. So really fun. Definitely check that out on our website now. I've got a link to that in the video description as well. Super cute. I love those. All right, so let's dive into the snowdrop bracelet. So as I said earlier, this bracelet is available in our design studio with free instructions and a supplies list. And what I love about this bracelet is we do have a really great PDF diagram to go along with it as well. So you can print this out and then follow along with this video later. Just read the text on the design studio page. We've got a lot of resources for making this a fun bracelet, and it does feature those 2-hole SO mini beads, but you can use SuperDuos as well with just a couple, just a few like little modifications here and there with the 11-aught seed beads. I did have to add in extra 11-aught seed beads here and there, but it's super easy to modify to use with SuperDuo. So I've got 3 SuperDuo colors here. I'm working with this wonderful green color. I've got this lovely red and a nice kind of matte metallic gold. And then I've got these rose gold 11-aught Toho round seed beads. Other than that, you will need some beading thread. I've got Miyuki beading thread here today because I've got that nice gold color. A beading needle. I usually work with size 12 beading needles, and I've already pre-threaded my thread onto the needle. Then you'll also need a toggle clasp, or any clasp if you're choosing that you can easily stitch on to the ends of your bracelet. We've got a toggle here in the original design, and I just picked out a gold toggle to match my colorway. So how this bracelet works is you stitch up these little medallions ahead of time, and then you connect them between each medallion. And I stitched up a couple last night just to make sure that I knew the techniques and could easily do it. And it's super easy. So I'm here to show you now. We're going to start with this more star-shaped medallion. So to start, you're just going to add 6 super duos to your thread. And what I like to do sometimes with super duos, depending on the coating or the finish on the bead, it could block the stringing hole, one of the stringing holes. So just check that none of your stringing holes are blocked. We are going to be using both stringing holes, so you don't want to find out later that one of those stringing holes is blocked and then you can't continue with your bead weaving. That's never fun. So just make sure that none of those stringing holes are blocked as you string them. I've got 4 on. We're going to add the 5th one, and then 6. So I've got my 6 super duos on the string. Just make sure it's 6. Yep. And then you're going to go back through that same stringing hole to form a loop and get those super duos all in a circle. And I like to leave at least a 6-inch tail. So I'm going to go back through the stringing holes that I just went through to form a little super duo loop. There we go. It's already looking like a cute little poinsettia. And I am going to knot my working end with my tail just to make that loop nice and secure. It'll tighten everything up too. So cute. And I'm going to do that again just for extra measure. There we go. And then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come through one of the stringing holes so my thread is not right next to the knot. I find that helps. And then you're going to come up through that second stringing hole on your closest super duo. So you've got your first little circle of super duos created. Now you're going to add a super duo between each of these little petals. So I'm going to use the green color here. And again, you're checking to make sure that your stringing holes are not blocked. So you pick up a green one and then you just go through the second hole of the next super duo over. And you repeat that all the way around. So it's pretty straightforward. You're just kind of making rounds for each of these little medallions. And that's the fun with the Two-Hole SO mini beads and SuperDuo beads. They give your pieces really intricate looks, just how they nest up with each other, but oftentimes it's really easy to add them into pieces just with the way the beads work. So really great way to add some intricate looks to your designs, but not necessarily intricate weaving techniques. We're just kind of looping around a bunch for this project. Oh, it's already looking so poinsettia pretty. All right, so I'm adding my last one, and I'm gonna go through all of these beads again in the same thread path just to kind of strengthen. I found that when stitching with the super duos, I think they are a little more loosey-goosey than the SO mini beads. So I did a lot of reinforcing just by going through the thread path a couple times, and that did seem to help with the loosey-goosiness of the beads. I'm just going to go through again, and I'm using my Bead Buddy Junior travel board for my bead mat today, and I love it. It makes it so easy to transport projects. Like I said, I was working on this yesterday at home, and my Bead Buddy Junior travel board made it really easy to, you know, pack everything up in place and bring it into the office where I am now. So love that. So go through. And it's feeling strong, so I'm going to stop there. So I've got that second little round of green super duos. Then you're going to jump to the second hole. Yeah, blue, white, and silver for snowflakes. Amy, that would be so pretty. Yeah, there's a lot of different colorways you could do for this project. There's a lot of great holiday winter themes, but I think this would be a good summer project too. In fact, Jen, I think, picked out some fun purple colors to try this project with, which you know we love purple. All right, so for the next little round, we're picking up 2 super duos in the gold color. And again, we're checking those holes, make sure there's no blockage. And then we're gonna come through that next green super duo over. So you can see how quickly and how easily this starts to shape up. And then you just repeat that all the way around again. Loving that. We need some Christmas music in the background, don't we? Christmas in July continues. So fun. Super cute. I'm loving this. It's looking lovely. All right, we're gonna pick up 2 more super duos and then going through that next green super duo over, and we're using the top stringing hole for this go round. We have lots of great super duo colors to choose from. That's why I kind of wanted to try this project with super duos, because we have a lot of great colors that you can use in super duos for a project like this. All right, and I'm gonna go through that thread path again to strengthen it all up. Just going through that top hole of the green super duos and the bottom hole of the gold super duos one more time, just to get everything kind of secure and locked in place. Thread tension, I think, is important for a project like this. If you pull too tight, it can bunch up and dome, which may not be the look you're going for. So keep that in mind too as you stitch. You don't want to be pulling too tight. I find it helpful to kind of press the beads flat as you're doing this. It kind of keeps everything in place. Don't want to get mixed up with my tail. Does the thread you are using stretch a lot? Not too bad. You will want to keep that in mind when you're weaving. You don't want a thread that stretches a whole lot, because it could make things a little looser. All right, I think I've gone through enough here. So we're gonna go through one more of the green super duo. So we're coming out of that green super duo, and then we're gonna jump to the second hole of the next gold super duo over. Isn't that looking so cute? That's just so festive. I love it. So we're jumping up to the top stringing hole of the next gold super duo over, this is Miyuki beading thread. You could use 1G, Toho 1G. You could use KO beading thread. Fireline would be nice. I don't think Fireline has too much stretch to it. All right, so now we're going to start adding our seed beads in between. So for this, between these pairs of gold SuperDuos, you're going to add one 11-aught round seed bead. When you're going between the pairs of golds, when you're going over top the green SuperDuos, you're going to add two 11-aught round seed beads. Oops. And I dropped one here, so let's go back through and try again. So two 11-aught seed beads when you're going over that green SuperDuo. We're between the pair of two gold SuperDuos, so we're going to add one seed bead here, and then two again. And as you'll see, we'll repeat that all the way around the little medallion. So these work up really fast, which is nice because you have to make several to create your bracelet. So we're adding two, and remember, this is where not pulling too tight is important if you don't want your piece to kind of bunch up and dome. Look at how cute this is. All right, we're above the green SuperDuo again, so we're adding two. Between the gold, so we're going to do one. Gonna add two seed beads above this next green SuperDuo. It's looking so cute. I love this color pattern. One between the two golds. Yeah, so cute. Yes, if you're just joining us, we are demoing how to make this snowdrop bracelet, which is a tutorial you can find in our design studio with free instructions and a supplies list. I'm making that with SuperDuo beads today. The original design is made with SO mini beads, which are a little, I'm gonna say, plumper than SuperDuos. SuperDuos have a little more elongated shape to them. Both work really nicely, I'm finding. I thought I'd try SuperDuos because we have more color selection for SuperDuos. All right, and then we're adding, yes, the replay will always be available to you. I'm gonna add this video to YouTube as well. So make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. I do add our live videos, and there's also videos there that aren't in our live sessions either. So even more resources on our YouTube channel. I'm going to go through all these beads once more just to reinforce the thread path. It really does help. Again, not pulling too tight, keeping the tension nice. Kind of pressing flat on the beads as I go. This is one you could totally do while like watching TV or listening to a podcast. It's pretty straightforward. It's you can't really lose your place on this one. So I love this project. Hi Mary, good to see you. right, so we've got our initial little ring of seed beads around. Now we're going to add a little more seed beads to kind of make a more snowflakey star look for this medallion. Because you'll notice we've got one that's more like pointed and one that's more rounded. We're working on the pointed medallion first. So you got to add more seed beads in kind of like a picot edge pattern to get that pointed kind of floral or snowflakey look depending on the colors you're using. All right, look at that, so cute. All right, so we've got our first little round of seed beads added. We're coming up out of the single seed bead between two gold. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick up 3 of these 11-aught round seed beads, and this is kind of where the picot edge type technique comes in. And what you're gonna do here is you're gonna skip over that gold seed bead, and you're gonna come through both of these seed beads. So what you're doing is you're skipping over each of the super duos and adding 3 seed beads above it for that kind of pointed look. So now I'm coming out above that next super duo over. So I'm going to add 3 11-aught seed beads, and then I'm going to skip over that super duo, pass through the next seed bead over, and it adds a little point. How cute is that? So I'm going to add 3 more. All the way around above each of these gold super duos, and that's what gives it that kind of pointed petally look. So pretty. I really like these rose gold seed beads. I was just gonna go with classic metallic gold seed beads, but I kind of like the subtle difference in shine that the rose gold seed beads adds. It's really nice. Looking super cute. How cute is that? So this first medallion worked up super fast. I love that. And then we'll work on the more rounded medallion after this. And then I'll show you how to attach them. These would be cute earrings too. Just little medallion earrings. Little necklace pendant. There's a lot you could do with this. All right, we're coming around. We're almost done. It is really pretty. I love it. Going through the seed beads that are already in place. Yeah, I think they would work for earrings or a pin, especially a pin. I would glue it to like a felt backing or something, maybe stitch it to a felt backing, and that would give it a little more hardiness, I guess. But look how pretty that is. You've got this lovely floral pointed medallion. I would go back through all those beads, kind of strengthen it up even more. So you can go back through all of them, give it a little more reinforcement. Super pretty, and you can go through your rounds of super duos again if you want, A really nice little medallion there. And it came together so quickly. So you're going to want to make at least 2 of those for your bracelet, and then 3 of these round medallions. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, so pretty. So that's our first medallion done, and you can see that I've already started some over here. So I'm just going to connect those. Look how pretty that is. Well, I'll show you how to connect that after I show you how to make the rounded medallion. And again, like I mentioned before, we have great PDF diagrams for this one. So those are really helpful when making these cute little medallions. So let's get another thread going. Oh, Susan, you made this bracelet. Susan, you make a lot of our designs, and I love seeing when you share them. I think that's so cool. So I love that you made this. I love, love, love seeing when people make our designs. It makes me happy. So make sure to share. I know, Susan, you've shared yours before. If you're not a member of our Serious Art Beaters Facebook group, definitely join, share your work there, whether it's an Art Beads tutorial you made, your own design, or something else. We love seeing what you make, and it's inspiring as a beader and a creator to see that and share with others and kind of swap ideas. So definitely join that Facebook group if you haven't. Okay, for the second medallion, the more rounded medallion, you're going to start with 6 super duos, just as you did before. Now, the original bracelet used the second color, but I'm going to use red again because I want all of my medallions to look like little poinsettias. So I'm going to pick up 6 red ones. So that's another thing too. You can kind of play with the color patterns here. This original design has an alternating color pattern for the medallions, but mine is going to be more consistent with that poinsettia red in the middle. I need 1 more super duo on there. And then you make a loop with your 6 super duos, just as you did for the first medallion. So come through that first stringing hole from the other side to make a loop. And tying a knot with your working thread and tail also helps structure that loop. Yeah, Jen's saying you really do need to go back through it again with the thread to lay it correctly. Yes, reinforcing the thread really helps with this project. So definitely go back and reinforce as much as you can, because it does help with strengthening the thread paths and making it lay flat, lay correctly. Reinforce, reinforce, reinforce. Gotta have a solid foundation for your beading projects, right? All right, so we've got our little 6 super duos in a loop. I'm going to come through another super duo and then hop up to the second stringing hole. All right, so for this guy, we are adding 2 gold seed bead or super duos between each of these red petals. So I've picked up 2 super duos, and I'm going to go through the next red super duo hole over, and we'll do that all the way around. 1, 2. Hi Jeannie, good to see you. One, 2, going through the next red super duo over. Picking up 2. Going through the next red SuperDuo over. And then picking up 2. And I'm going to go through all of those beads again to reinforce, as we said. Look at that, so pretty. Yeah, this would be a really great snowflake design. I wish I had the talent for this and the patience. I think you could do it. It's a really straightforward, easy bead weaving project. It's just kind of looping around a bunch. So not a whole lot of crazy techniques, just circling through the beads over and over, really. I have faith in you, I have confidence. I think this is a really approachable 2-hole bead design that anyone could do. And fairly quick too for a bead weaving project. I've already made 1 medallion in the short time we've been here. I'm almost halfway through this second medallion. So for bead weaving, it goes by pretty quickly. You could finish this project, I think, in a few hours. So I'm just going through that same thread path to reinforce and strengthen my work. And my needle kind of came off my thread here. So I have to re-thread it. Luckily, I've got a good needle today with a easy to approach hole, so that's always nice. Alrighty. So now that I've reinforced, yes, my needles do get, they don't come bent, but when working with them, they do end up a little curved and bent, that's totally okay. If your needles look like mine, never fear, they are still usable. And you can always kind of straighten them out with nylon jaw pliers. Just make sure not to press where the eye is, because that could squeeze the eye shut. But I will occasionally kind of re-straighten out my needles with some nylon jaw pliers. All right, so I've jumped up to the hole, the second hole of one of these gold SuperDuos. So now what you're going to do is you're going to alternate adding a green SuperDuo between these 2 gold pairs, and then a seed bead between them. So I have picked up a green SuperDuo because I'm between the pair of gold SuperDuos. That's why I've picked up a green SuperDuo. I'm going to go through the next gold SuperDuo over. Now I'm between pairs. I'm not in the middle of a pair, but between pairs. So I'm going to add a seed bead there. So if you're above the point of a red SuperDuo, add a seed bead. If you're between the 2 gold SuperDuos, add a green SuperDuo. And you're just repeating that all the way around. Most of my needles bend the first time I use them. Yeah, depending on what stitch you're doing, what weave, they will bend, and they are made flexible for a reason, to work with the projects that you're weaving with. So I think that's an asset, really. All my needles get bent. So cute. I love this little pattern here. It's just so sweet. So we're just alternating green SuperDuos and seed beads between these gold SuperDuos. And one more seed bead. So I'm going to go through all of those again to reinforce, as we've been doing. But I think you will find, I found when I was stitching these last night, the round medallion is a little bit less loosey-goosey than the pointed medallion. So just following that thread path to reinforce once again. Even with the reinforcing, this project goes by pretty fast. And the result is something really amazing looking. Okay, so that feels pretty good. So now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna come out of one of these gold SuperDuos. And then next to a green SuperDuo, and I'm gonna jump up to the second stringing hole of that next green SuperDuo over. So now what we are going to do here is we are going to add a seed bead, and then we're gonna come through this seed bead that's already in place. Then add another seed bead. And go through the next hole over of a green SuperDuo. And you're going to repeat that. So pick up a seed bead, go through that seed bead that's already in place between the gold SuperDuos, pick up another seed bead and go through that second stringing hole of the next green SuperDuo over. Pick up a seed bead, go through the seed bead in place, pick up another seed bead. This really is as tricky as it gets with this project, and even that's not too bad. Pick up a seed bead, go through the gold seed bead in place, pick up another seed bead and go through the next SuperDuo over. Pick up a seed bead, go through the seed bead in place, pick up another seed bead, go through the next SuperDuo over. We're on our last round of that. And this is feeling pretty strong, so I don't think I need to reinforce this row, but always encouraged, if you feel the need, definitely go for it. And then I'm ready to start my next round. So I'm coming out of this second stringing hole of this green SuperDuo. I'm going to come through the seed bead there. And now I'm going to add 3 seed beads to my thread. This is where I did a little variation on this SuperDuo design. So in the original instructions, you can see you're supposed to add 2 seed beads with the SL mini beads. Because the SuperDuos are a little different, there's room to add 3 here. So I'm adding 3, and then I'm coming through, I'm skipping over that bottom seed bead, and I'm coming through that next seed bead next to my next SuperDuo over. And that's going to make that rounded frame. Then go through the SuperDuo and that next seed bead over. Add 3 seed beads. And go through that next seed bead and SuperDuo over. And just doing that around the whole thing. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh. These are great colors together. Oh, make sure I'm coming out of that next seed bead over before I add my 3 seed beads. Go through that next seed bead and SuperDuo and then come through the next seed bead as well. And we are wrapping up our second medallion. So this does go pretty quickly for a bead weaving project. The medallions come together fast, which makes it a great bracelet project. And again, I'm using kind of holiday colors here. I wanted to make a poinsettia variation of this look. You could use summer colors, spring colors. Someone mentioned blue and white and silver for a snowflake look. You really can make this design your own based on the colors you use. Yeah, Jen, if you want to bring your colors over to show everyone, Jen's stitching along with us today, and she chose more like summery purple colors. So yeah, Jen, if you want to come over and bring those and we can show those on camera, I think that'll be helpful. Oh, look how cute that is. It's like a cute little Christmas wreath. All right, we finished our second medallion. Super easy. Now I can show you how to connect these. So I've already kind of practiced that over here. Got all these threads. So I'm going to connect these lovely, let's see. Yeah, we're going to connect these and then I can connect those together. Yes. All right. So we have ended our second medallion and I'm coming out of that second stringing hole of one of the green SuperDuos. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to add a gold SuperDuo. And then I'm going to jump to the second stringing hole of that same gold SuperDuo. I'm going to add a green SuperDuo. And another gold. And I'm going to jump there. Oops. I'm going to jump holes on this SuperDuo. And this might look a little crazy as you're doing it. And then come through that top stringing hole on the green SuperDuo in your medallion. And see, once you pull it all together, it looks correct. So there you go. And then you're going to jump up again here. So I'm jumping to the top stringing hole of that gold SuperDuo and through the bottom of the green. I'm not going back through that second gold again. And I'm going to jump to the top of this stringing hole. And this is where we connect to our pointed medallion. So I want to connect it right here between pairs of gold SuperDuos. So it's kind of like lining up with one of those green SuperDuos. So what we're going to do here is we're going to bring it through these two seed beads between the gold seed beads and above that green SuperDuo on our other medallion. And then we're going to come through the other side of that top hole of the green SuperDuo. And that is beautiful like that. And then we are going to, I'm going to reinforce that little connection there by going through again. So I'm going to tighten, go back through those two seed beads. Go through again. You want to be coming out of those two seed beads. All right, so we're coming out of the two seed beads. What you want to do here now is come through that third seed bead, that's next seed bead over, kind of below that gold seed bead, and try not to get caught on all of your beads. And then come through that second stringing hole of the green SuperDuo. And that's really getting things in place. And so then you're going to do the same on the other side. Come through that kind of next seed bead over to the right of the pair of seed beads. And again, this is all laid out in that PDF diagram. And then go through those seed beads again. All right, so now you're coming out of that seed bead to the side of the green one. So not out of the pair, but one of these seed beads to the side. Then you're gonna add seed beads here to frame these SuperDuos that you've used to connect your pieces. So I'm gonna pick up 3 of my seed beads. And then you're gonna come down through the gold and green and gold seed beads again. And that's gonna kind of frame everything nicely. Come through here. It's looking lovely. And then you're gonna pick up 3 seed beads for this side. And come through that same seed bead on the other side of the green SuperDuo. Oh, hi Becky, good to see you. Yeah, we're making a cute little snowdrop bracelet from our design studio, and it's turning out so, so cute. So from there you can reinforce. And what I like to do here, I'm gonna go through all these beads I just added, all these little seed beads. And I also want it to line up with the medallion on this side, so I'm gonna actually attach it here as well. And come back up through those seed beads. Yeah, my ring does have a little face on it. Super cute. If you're a fan of this is so kind of obscure, there's this mini series back in the day called The 10th Kingdom, and there is a ring with a face in that show. So my mom got this for me for Christmas because we love that mini series. But it could be just a cute little, you know, man in the moon face too. I want to attach it to the same one that I did here, so I'm going to come through there. And connect them. There you go. So that's how you connect those guys. And it looks super cute, all connected. And then what you're going to want to do, you're going to also want to connect, we have a round medallion as the center medallion, and that's a little bit of a different connection too. Same technique though, where you're kind of lining up the SuperDuos and then adding a seed bead frame. And that's what you do for attaching the clasp as well. So really cute. I love this little sweet little bracelet pattern. I just need to make one more round medallion, And then I'll have a full bracelet, and this is a good size with all 5 of these medallions. Fits my wrist perfectly. You could even, if you find that 5 medallions is too short for you, you could lengthen these ends where you attach the clasp. And I think Jen is bringing her purple version to share, so you can see it in a different colorway. Thank you, Jen. Oh, hers turned out so cute. Look at that. How perfect is that for summer? Gorgeous. So that's a great example for making this pattern your own and using whatever colors you love. You can go for a holiday version or a fun purple summer version. We are still in summer. We might be planning for holidays, but we're still enjoying summer. So love those colors that Jen picked. So pretty, so cute. So really fun. So love this project. I love making the little medallions. They're super fun to make and quick. We're coming up on an hour and I got 2 done and connected already. It took me about that time to make these 2 last night. I just need to make 1 more and we're good. So this is definitely a project you could do in like 3 to 6 hours. I think it's super a doable day project. So really nice. So I love, love, love this snowdrop tutorial. And I know some of you are asking, this tutorial is available on our website. In addition to this little demo that I just did, we have a nice PDF diagram that will help you every step of the way, whether you're making the medallions, connecting the medallions, or adding your clasp. It's super helpful. I had it here to help me with my demo today. It will certainly help you, and we do have text instructions as well, along with great videos that we point to in all of our design studio tutorials if you need help with common techniques like starting or finishing thread, or some of the techniques that we do a lot like brick or peyote stitch. We've got great resources on our website, artbeads.com. So yes, this tutorial is available now, along with this one too that I finished from last week. This is a new one. So you'll find that in our design studio, along with thousands of other great projects to help you learn, inspire you, all kinds of great stuff there. So I really enjoyed this snowdrop tutorial. I'm loving these colors, so festive. So hopefully you guys enjoyed too. Let me know what you want to see next. If there is a design studio tutorial that you love, that you'd love a video demonstration on, please let me know. Leave it in the comments because that helps me know what you guys want to see and what content I can work on next. So definitely leave a comment letting me know what you'd like to see, and I'll add it to my list of videos to make. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that video was helpful. Remember, we have full instructions for the snowdrop bracelet on our website, artbeads.com. Free instructions, great PDF diagram, and a supplies list, so you can start and make that bracelet for yourself right now over on our website, and that link is in the video description. Thank you so much for watching. As always, leave a like and a comment, and make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell notification so that you know every time we add a new video like this one. All right, thank you again, and I will see you next time.